So my device is going crazy. It does not want me to record this. I'll record and then it won't record. It's doing its own thing. So this is the restraining order that was denied, the immediate restraining order until the court hearing. They put, based on the totality of circumstances in reference to cases in other states, a properly notice hearing is required. I don't get justice. Every court that I've been into was bought off and paid before I entered it. Probably, but when I entered the city, that's probably when it was bought off and paid, premeditating my entrance. So, I mean, I don't have an expectation until if someone with integrity intercepts. So what they did, they asked me if any other courts were involved. For more evidence, I put yes, the Northern District Court. They took that as a strategy to deny the restraining order, saying that it was in other states. And the people that were helping me with the order were sabotaging it anyway. It's doing it again. I don't know what you're getting. So the Northern District Court, hopefully you got it. My devices are going crazy and not recording properly. I have to just pay attention because it's glitching. Okay, so when I did this application, I put the same day cars come at me daily. And then I gave my YouTube channel, threatening emails, multiple false arrests, coercive control, emotional abuse. I put emails admitting to raping me, hacking my devices in the past, and multiple other crimes. I get stalked by police daily and harassed. They have blacklisted me from shelter and help to flee abuse. The police department are enlisted in. I would like for someone to stop my abuser from hacking my phone to keep me from fleeing him. How often has this person abused you? Daily? That's an immediate need for a restraining order. My device is controlled and hacked, and I'm stalked and harassed every day, but denied protection. Date of abuse every day. And then they made it toxic, repetitive, asking the same thing over and over to make it longer. They do this so they'll make me my own application in malice. Did the person threaten to use a gun or weapon to hit me with a car, to use a gun, poison, and other kinds of murder? That's what I'm saying in this restraining order. Did the person cause you emotional harm, false arrest, blackball, denied law enforcement, and protection? Okay, so I put, over a period of time, morbid emails sent of a dead nude body with the caption, "It was me," after I'm looking through another device, so it makes it difficult. Drinking his poison water, and it was really, let me see if I can do this better. It was really something done to the water. Threats of being shot, and a gang stalker pulled a gun on me, put it up to my head, and pulled the trigger. Luckily, there were no bullets. Dallas police covered for it. My devices are hacked to keep me from fleeing. Police, all jurisdictions, have covered. Daily harassment, stalking, cyberbullying, denial of rights and services, financial abuse, schemes to keep me from food, forced to do things because of threats and intimidation, admitting to rape, control, track, and block my movements. I put it got out of control 2018 with the rape and multiple false arrests by several jurisdictions of law enforcement and stalking. I've experienced oppression, threats, intimidation, and all kinds of emotional abuse. I've been in California 2 months and have been getting harassed and controlled. Police have stalked me and aided and abetting crimes. 524 Oren 45257 cover for cars speeding up like they're going to hit me, as well as gang stalking and harassment. Lou aided and abetted organizations, lying and scheming to exclude me from help and support. All of them do. It is not under negotiation. I'm the elephant in the room, and I'm not getting services, period. Police will come and enforce it. I don't. And then I put in central official oppression from Central Police. Several officers have been stalking me, I believe, to shut down help and aid in other crimes. How often is the abuse? Every day. My family, trying to get them protection. Why do they need protection? They have been reported being harassed in similar ways. My family has told me that people are finding them and telling them about my channel, and they're upset about it. My son was actually hit with a car, and they can't find the report and won't give me numerous reports covering for these crimes. I believe it was a scare tactic to keep them away from me. Okay, everybody's hush about what's going on with my life. So I put that my family needs protection too, because they're saying that they're being stalked and covering for me being stalked. They said that I'm not really being stalked, but people are finding them and telling them about my channel, and they're disappointed in me for the YouTube channel. I said, well, if they're stalking you, and they're like, that's not stalking. If they're finding you, that's indeed stalking you. And if they're stalking you for me to get at me, then perhaps maybe they're stalking me too. And then they'll start an argument and say, I have to go, I'm doing it again. When they got caught and being stalked too. So everybody's covering for the abuser, including my family. So I put my family will not tell me the truth. It appears that they're being harassed. I told them about the wolf pulling a gun on me and police department covering for it. Put it up to my head, pull the trigger. Thank goodness it was no bullets. He terrorized me in the tent community I was forced to live in because I was blacklisted from all housing in this nightmare during COVID. Scared, terrified, blacklisted from all help. And do you have any injuries? I have injuries from being body slammed on the ground from Addison Police. They came on their own and got caught in lies. They enlisted Motel 6. No, it was Red Roof Inn. To lie as a strategy to get me out the safety of a hotel room. I had been reporting them all day, and they were hacking my device. Let's see if people come over here and talk. They normally do that. And Malice, the gang stalkers. So, especially talking about police. Someone's shooting a live video, and people in the armies will come talk and want to shoot live videos too. So they body slammed me on the ground, and that's where I got an injury. And they really want to cover for the police, like earlier today when the guy backed up when he saw me coming to block my path. So Addison Police body slammed me on the ground because they didn't know why they were there, arrested me and put me out the hotel room. It's uploaded. But I mean, when you have a con that has common sense, someone is going to say, why are you arresting me? You should have got that part of the lie straight. And they didn't. So I got body slammed. And yeah, I have back injuries from that. So it's my device is doing its own thing. I've already had to redo this. I'm not going to keep redoing it. My device is always covering for this abuser. Okay, so this is what abuse the court is considering. Made repeated unwanted contact with you. Yes. Numerous emails, stalking, recording me, police hunting me down every single day. Track control to block your movements every single day. On my phone, in person, everything I do, even with family members. Track them, monitoring them to keep them away from me. Kept you from getting food or basic needs, absolutely. They blocked me, railroaded me from housing, blacklisted me. That's why I had to get the channel. I called all over the country and no place would let me in. I was terrified. I'd never been on the streets. And no place would let me in because my phone was controlled and they were blacklisting me from housing. The FBI investigates that. And I'd go places on the bus trying to get food and they were scamming to keep me from food purchase. And I'd have to cry myself to sleep at my life where I couldn't even purchase food. Isolated you from friends, family, and support. Absolutely. In California, everything is shut down. Like the Women's Center, I get terrorized there. They won't help me, kept me from a support system. The church backtracked on help. And then they never want me. So we have a support group. All the women get in the group and they talk. And at the group, they exclude me and want to talk where there's no witnesses of what I'm going through. I'm asking for attorneys if anyone knows an attorney or police that with integrity. And the leader does not want me talking in the group. She wants to exclude me and hide me so nobody knows my experiences and won't help. All programs, all help in California has been intercepted, all of it. All programs, all case management. And for no negotiation, some locations police have came. I've seen them go into locations that they stalk me and hunt me down, and I've seen them go to organizations, surrounding organizations, just in case I go there, to make sure they know not to help me. Made threats. May you do something by force, threat, or intimidation? Yes, I get emails telling me what will happen if I do something. For some reason, the government really does not like me putting on makeup, and I do have on makeup. I bought some. I'm going to court, and I want to look nice. I don't want to look like, I want to be presentable at court. Stop you from accessing or earning money? Absolutely. There was a scam at my employer. They stole my ID, so I could not build my life up and get a job. Then they are committing crimes with my birth certificate, so I cannot build my life again and get they also committed crimes with my driver's license in Texas. Now that I'm here, they stole my ID because I said that I was going to flee to another state. So they went to the place I was leasing and stole my ID from there. I know they did, knowing that nobody would believe my story. I stepped out briefly and someone went in. I could tell from the way that I put my items that someone had been in it, and they stole my ID. And now they're committing crimes to keep me from a birth certificate to get it replaced. And they're committing crimes with my driver's license. So yes, stop you from, and then they lied with Chime Solutions to interrupt my employment. That I enjoyed that job. That was really painful. And before they intercepted it, my employer said that we've been listening to you, and would you be interested in advancement with the company? I said yes. The government heard it, and then they started complaining and making false reports to sabotage my true worth ethic, because I was recognized. And then, like I said, someone got jealous, and then they started lying to create issues at with my employer, and eventually I was terminated. On false reports, they said YouTube first, they lied, pathologically lied and got caught. Then they waited till it blew over. They also lied about a bonus I was supposed to get. And I went to the police and they went ahead and gave me this bonus everybody had got. It was a $1,000 bonus. And everybody else had got it and they excluded me from it and lied about it. They will defraud you out of funds. They said it was for a different, the agency I went through was not given the bonus, but it was a pathological lie. After you've worked a certain time, they gave you a bonus. And like I said, they excluded me from it. And there's numerous jobs that have defrauded me out of funds and other parties. It's financial abuse. IRS, Social Security Administration, Health and Human Services, all of those locations have defrauded me. I've been defrauded by restaurants and stores. There are some other places that have defrauded me, government agencies. Social Security Administration, I don't know if I said that. Harass you nonstop. In all environments, it's set up harassment. Hit, kick, pushed, or bit you. Pushed. Police have pushed me and shoved me for trying to get restraining orders, being at support groups, injured you or tried to, body slamming me on the ground for trying to attend a support group. Now the support groups are controlled. They shut them down. That's where it goes into cutting off your support. Threaten to hurt or kill you all the time in emails and in person, where these people come by and then say weird things. Like the man said, kill yourself. Just, they're strange. They'll look right at me and then say weird things like that. And then I get it in emails. And then I was raped, sexually abused you, destroyed your property all the time. And then my child was hit with a car. My daughter witnessed my false arrest, screaming in terror, and she has not been in my life since on scams. CPS is scheming and denying me assistance because it's obvious blatant lies. They did not follow the family code, and it would be numerous arrests or misconduct for the proceedings with termination of my rights. So they're violating my rights to a real court hearing and law enforcement, because it's obvious corruption with the case to keep me away from my child. And with my son, it was my legal custodial child, my middle child, but they would not do law enforcement for me to get my child back, and I have not seen him since. A coach said that he was going to get him a scholarship, let him move up there, and that was the last it was actually a strategy to dismantle my family. So with my middle child, it was my legal custodial child, but I was not getting law enforcement. So I never could get my child back. And they had to set up a different strategy with my daughter, but it fell apart. So it's just numerous criminal offenses with her. So this is for the Jason Gardner restraining order. Almost everything that can be named on here is named. There's only a few things like immigration, just a few things that I have not experienced. But pretty much everything on here I've experienced. And the restraining order was denied.